Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now I've built the Vari house in Tiny Glade, so this time, let's build it in Minecraft. Okay, so I'm not really going to get into much about the Vari house because I've already covered some of it during my Tiny Glade build, so if you want to know about it, just go watch that video. For this one, we're just going to do time-lapse and music, because, you know, I'm feeling a little lazy, and I feel like a lot of you folks really like the time-lapses, so let's just give us both what we want. Alright, let's do this. Okay, now I had to adjust the dimensions just a little bit. The Vari house is not 21 meters long, but because of the way that the blocks work and the way that these rooms work, I had to do it a little bit wider. Otherwise, it would have probably ended right about here, and I would have had to sort of squish some rooms together. So this is just a little bit off, but I feel like because of the way that the game works and how things are sort of skewed when you're in it, it should feel about right when we walk through it. So let me sort of give you a quick little tour. So obviously here's the front door. Now this is going to be a bit of a porch basically. So actually I'm probably going to want to do that so I can put some stones down or something. But this is going to be sort of a covered porch with like a little, I don't know, like a little shed. But when you come in through this sort of front entrance, you've got these pillars here. Above the pillars is going to be the roof. So this section here in the middle is going to be open to the sky. And then these are all going to be sort of little covered walkways. I'm going to use walls for the inside walls. That sounds really weird to say, but yeah, basically the outer walls are going to be the 1 meter thick blocks, the Minecraft blocks, whereas these inner walls are going to be actual wall blocks. So they're going to be a little thinner. That's why this is kind of weird looking. I don't know if this is actually going to work or not in game. So we'll see how that looks. But more than likely, this is going to be all screwy and messed up. In which case, then I'll just have to sort of do one of these numbers. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But this is what we're looking at. One sort of thing to note is that with walls, well, here, let me show you. We get everyone's favorite block diorite. With walls, if you try to place a door down, it doesn't line up. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to actually make the blocks that go on either side of a doorway to be full-size blocks, in which case then this inner wall is probably going to be full-size blocks. So there is that little bit of tweaking we're going to have to do to it, but I think it'll still look all right. So that's as much explaining as I'm going to do, even though I said I wasn't going to do much, but I wanted to sort of cover those basics in case anyone wanted to hop into the comments and give me a hard time about this not being right. And actually, while we're at it, let's do that, because we're going to put a floor in there. The rest of this is also going to have a floor too. The path blocks are just there to sort of show you what we're looking at. And then later I might build the wall, the outer wall around it, but for right now we're just going to do the house. So let's knock this out.
Okay, so that was fun. Let me go ahead and take you on a little bit of a tour real quick. So I did change a few things from that time lapse because some things just, I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me. So here we are. Here is the porch, kind of looking out across the field. Normally there would be a little short wall that ran along the perimeter here. I didn't put it in just because I just didn't feel like it. But anyways, coming into the courtyard here, you got a little bit of this overhang. You got this open area here, like I mentioned earlier. And then you've got sort of these storage areas and rooms for working. Now, the Vari house, we believe, belonged to beekeepers because there was a lot of beekeeping stuff in there. Little sort of ceramic beehives is the best way to describe it. It's an ancient beekeeping thing. Anyways, that's kind of besides the point. But I put these pithoi in here to sort of simulate that, sort of simulate maybe, you know, stock of something. I don't know. I thought it looked good. So anyways, come in here. You have the Andron, which is the sort of the men's room, you know, where they kind of lay out and eat and, you know, drink and talk. Over this way, I've got a little bedroom. This one is the kitchen where they do some cooking. I got a cauldron here. I would turn on my Bronze Age texture pack, but this is classical era, so it's okay to have an iron one. It's fine. And then you have the watchtower here. It sort of looks out across the land. So nothing too... Hello? Can I get down, please? What's going on here?
Many hours later.
So yeah, this is pretty much it. Now, one thing that actually, I forgot to show you this. More storage. And then, of course, I figured this right out here is like, I don't know, like a either storage area or like a shed. But I don't have ways of putting like tools in here unless I do like a item frame with the tool on it. Anyways, so yeah, so one of the things I think about sometimes when I do these historical builds is sort of the possibility of using something like this in a survival world. You know, would it be effective? Would it be efficient? Would it be something that you would want to use? And for the Vari house, not really. It's not very efficient. It's sort of hard to maneuver and the spaces are too small. So this is not something I would normally build in a survival world as sort of like a base because it just doesn't make much sense. However, I was thinking about it and it really could use just a couple small tweaks to make it work out better for a survival world. So if that's something you want to see where I take something like this, a historical build, and sort of tweak it a little bit to make it work in a survival world and still retain its charm, I guess, its readability as the historical building, let me know. Maybe that's something I'll do in the future. But yeah, here you are. Here is the Vari house. I think it came out pretty well. Yeah, I think it looks good. Anyways, that's it for now. See you next time.